Hey guys, this is Besh from Yo.com and this right here is the brand new Realme 8 Pro. Realme has been teasing this, hyping it up, and it's finally here. So what's new in the Realme 8 Pro? What are the upgrades it brings over the Realme 7 Pro? How does it compare to the Redmi Note 10 Pro or the Pro Max? Well, I'm going to talk about all of that, so let's begin. So this is the new Realme 8 Pro, and the moment I took this out of the box, the one thing that I really liked was how light and compact this phone is. I mean, off late, Realme has been making some really sleek phones, and this is another very sleek phone. It's just 8.1 millimeters thin, and it only weighs 176 grams, which is pretty good compared to, say, a Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, which weighs in the 190s. Anyway, the in-hand feel apart, another thing I noticed is this, the back here. There's this big, bold Dare to Lead branding, and I think this is a very divisive design language. Some people will like it, some people will not. I don't think there's a middle ground here. Now, I'm not a big fan of this design, but it's a very subjective thing, so I want to know if you like this design or not. Just comment down below. Now, another thing to note here is that the phone has a plastic body when the Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Pro Max come with glass backs. Anyway, we have the Infinite Blue variant, which I think looks cool, and it has this sandstone-y sort of finish. Now, moving to the front, the Realme 8 Pro comes with a Super AMOLED display. It's a 6.4-inch panel with FHD plus resolution, 1000 nits of max brightness, DC dimming support, and a usual 60Hz refresh rate. Now, to be perfectly honest, a higher refresh rate AMOLED would have been better since the competition now brings that, but I'm glad that it's not IPS LCD. Anyway, the AMOLED panel here seems pretty good so far. It's bright and nice, it's vibrant, and in typical AMOLED fashion, the blacks look great. Also, thanks to AMOLED, there's an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is very fast as you can see, and I certainly prefer this than a side-mounted fingerprint scanner. Now, apart from that, there are a few things that you guys always ask us about the designs. So yeah, talking about that, there's the dual SIM plus micro SD dedicated slot here. There's a headphone jack at the bottom. And as for the speakers, there's only one single speaker right at the bottom. There's no stereo speakers. Now, moving on from the design, the big upgrade in the Realme 8 Pro is obviously on the camera front. Let me just talk about the camera specs. Now, the phone comes with the 108 megapixel Samsung HM2 sensor with the f1.8 aperture, smart ISO tech, and 91 pixel binning. Now, this is obviously the big highlight, but there's also the 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a couple of 2 megapixel cameras. So I've been taking photos from the 108 megapixel sensor, and the photos look very good so far. I mean, I haven't compared it to the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, which also has the same sensor. But so far, individually, the photos from the Realme 8 Pro look great. The details are fantastic, which is something I expected. And these photos also have a rich color tone, and the dynamic range in the photos with the sky look very good. In low light, I did notice some shots getting a bit noisy, but that was in super low light situations, and mostly the photos were bright and sharp. So it's good, and like I said, it'll be interesting to see how it compares to the Note 10 Pro Max. I think it's going to be a tough call. Anyway, there's also the ultra wide angle lens, which kind of skims on the details but manages to get the colors decently, so it's fine. There's also the portrait mode, which in my testing so far seems to work pretty well. And yeah, there are also different portrait modes we have seen in Oppo phones. There's dynamic bokeh, neon portrait, and AI color portrait. So all that is good, but what's interesting about the Realme 8 Pro is that it brings a number of cool camera features. First up, there's 3x in-sensor zoom, which uses the 108 megapixel sensor to capture zoomed 12 megapixel images. And here's a 1x and 3x zoom shot side by side, and I think the 3x zoom shot is pretty good. There's an improved Starry mode along with the new Starry time-lapse video mode for the very first time. Now, I tested this from my balcony, and here's the result. Now, we don't get to see a lot of stars here in Delhi NCR, but this could be pretty cool, right? There's also a new tilt shift mode that we recently saw in the OnePlus phones, and you can take photos like this from this mode. On the video front, there's the dual video mode, which lets you shoot from the rear and the selfie camera at the same time. There's AI highlight mode, which bumps up HDR in daytime and turns on ultra night mode in low light scenarios. So the camera is feature packed, but let's talk about the performance now. So the Realme 8 Pro does not bring an upgrade on the specs front here. There's a Snapdragon 720G with up to 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Now 720G is not an upgrade, but it's not a bad thing too, because the 720G is a good performer and it's close to what you get with the 732 on the Note 10 Pro Max. Here are the benchmark scores of the Realme 8 Pro compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, and as you can see, the scores are so close. Same with Antutu, the Realme 8 Pro is actually a little better here, but it's not a big difference at all. Anyway, as for the real world performance, the Realme 8 Pro has been speedy and nice so far, even while gaming. And I'm positive about the performance here, but yeah, I've only used the phone briefly, so no verdicts as of now. Now, the good thing about the Realme 8 Pro is that it brings the latest software on board. I mean, unlike the Nasa 30 Pro or the Realme X7, it has Realme UI 2.2 on top of Android 11, so you get all the latest features. As for the pre-installed apps, along with the Realme apps, you get Facebook, Flipkart, Amazon, and Snapchat, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, not a lot, and they can be uninstalled. When it comes to battery, the Realme 8 Pro has the same 4500 mAh battery, which I'm yet to test, but with AMOLED and 720G, I think it should be good. As for the charging, you must have noticed that the phone supports 50-watt supercharged charging, which is kind of a downgrade because the Realme 7 Pro supported 65-watt supercharged charging. So strangely, the Realme 8 Pro actually comes with a 65-watt charger in the box, but it only charges at a max 50 watts. Anyway, it's still faster than the competition because it charges the 8 Pro to 100% in around 46 minutes. So yeah, that's fast. Lastly, the connectivity. So carrier aggregation is an important thing, and the good thing is I checked the Realme 8 Pro and it does support carrier aggregation, which is great because the Realme X7 lacked this. Well, it's time to conclude things. So at the time of shooting this video, I don't know the price of the Realme 8 Pro, and you know what? I think a lot depends on the price here. See, from the looks of it, the Realme 8 Pro seems like a good all-round smartphone. It has an AMOLED display, a 108 megapixel main camera with lots of cool camera features, a sleek and light design, and I'm positive about the performance and the battery and charging speeds. However, it's not perfect. The back is plastic, the display is 60 Hz, there's no stereo speakers, and these are important factors because there is some tough competition in the form of the Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Pro Max. So like I said, a lot depends on the price here, and if priced correctly, the Realme 8 Pro could very well be good value for money. So I'm going to wait for the price before I give my final verdict. Anyway, what do you think about the Realme 8 Pro? Just comment down your thoughts below. Also, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure to share it and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. That's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.